welcome to this review of the One Way UK Daily Devotionals for the 15th through to the 19th of October. Looking at Amos chapter 3 verses 3 to 8. And this week we've been considering a series which I call Truisms That Teach Us. What's a truism? I suppose it's a statement that actually is self-evidently true. And when we read it, we go, of course. And there were 5 this week that we picked on. And I'm glancing down because I made a note of them as I was reading the devotionals. And that's a useful thing to do, by the way, was you read a devotional, just make a note of those things that stick in your mind. But these for me were quite straightforward. First one was, can 2 people walk together without agreeing on the direction? And you know, this is something that we see every day of our lives all around us. You'll get disruption in companies where they lose their vision and don't know which direction to go in, marriages that fail, people who break up relationships, and it all boils down to the fact that 2 people can't agree on the direction in which they're walking. So if we want success in what we're putting our hand to, then we need to make sure that we're in agreement with those that we're walking with. A second truism, let's not be too quick to speak. Sometimes it's wisdom to remain silent. And often when we want to say something, it's because we're prompted perhaps by anger to say something, disappointment. But whatever that emotion is, it drives us to say things that perhaps on reflection we would express a different way, or maybe not say at all. So that's a good one to remember. Let's not be quick to speak. Third one was to understand that for every action there is a reaction. Jesus put it like this, give and it should be given unto you. So what do you think would happen if you took things away? Well, people would take things away from you. For every action there is a reaction. And we need to remember that as we go through life. This thing I'm about to do or say, is it going to be a positive reaction? Is it going to be a reaction which I would like? Is it going to be a reaction that's going to build up, to help people? Number 4, read the warning signs. Now, we considered that, we're all used to warning signs and sounds. Warning signs, obviously, on the road, warning sounds like sirens and the whistle of an umpire on a games pitch, so on and so forth, foghorns on the sea. But do we pay attention to them? Now, there are warning signs set down in the Bible for us to follow. And it says, if this and this and this happens, then be aware. So really the Bible does tell us to be aware, to be able to read the signs around us in our own lives, in our society, in our relationships with others. And finally, God's word will out. God's word will find a way through to express itself. And therefore we need to be aware that there is something of the inherent power of God in God's word. Yes, his word is a creative force. Yes, his word is a healing force. And yes, his word is an inspirational force. But that word will get out some way or other. If we don't share it, somebody else will. And so it's important to remember the losses, of course, if we don't share his word, is that we don't share in the blessings that come from sharing his word.